Should I main Azir? This is a question that I and many other Azir mains get asked every day. Is it worth it? Is he still viable? How do I learn him? Well, if you're asking yourself those questions, you've come to the right place. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, why do you want to learn Azir? Do you want to climb quick? Do you want to smurf and low elo? Challenge yourself, have a safe blind pick for mid lane, or do you just think he looks hella cool? Which, fair enough. Well, now is the time that dreams are shattered and hopes are smothered. Azir is hard as fuck to play. Not only does he have the auto-attacking and spacing of an ADC, but also the mana management of a control mage, and is squishier than most of them. By the way, did you know that Azir's base armor is 19? Yumi's got 25. Now, let's say you have a good grasp of how he plays. Join us, the average Azir main in Platinum Plus, with our, 45% win rate. Here's the deal. Nobody plays Azir because he's meta, or just a good optimal choice to win ranked games. In reality, Azir is a champion you pick up basically to challenge yourself, like playing Dark Souls with no bonfires, Elden Ring with no summons, or RuneScape with no banking. And yes, he does have a decent snowball potential and a very safe laning phase, with good scaling to prevent him from being one of those Feast of Famine champions that need kills to function. Alright, now before I start ranting, let's go into the pros and cons, starting from the cons because I like comebacks. 1. As I said, he's squishy as fuck. 6 less base armor than Yumi, on the lane where people often pick AD assassins. That Dirk is going to cut through you, like Pyramid Head cut through my sleep when I played Silent Hill 2 as a 9-year-old. 2. His damage is frankly kinda pathetic. He was initially designed as a late-game hypercarry, but now raw damage is no longer a selling point, since most mages can do better burst at longer ranges, and Cassiopeia has better sustained DPS anyway. 3. He needs a frontline or great peel in order to do stuff in teamfights. Sure, you could engage with your ult or go for a beefier build, but if what you want to do is play backline DPS, which, you know, you're supposed to do, you won't be able to, unless your team builds a team comp that enables it. And 4. His mid-game sucks ass. From 15 minutes until you get death cap, Azir feels pretty useless. Damage is lackluster, zoning is underwhelming, cooldowns are still long, and everyone else already has their power spikes, so you kind of feel like dead weight in comparison. But now time for the comeback. The positives. Number 1, his laning phase is amazing. Seriously, it doesn't matter how much he gets nerfed, he can still clear waves and poke like crazy. Undodgeable poke, by the way, in case you thought old Pantheon was annoying. Number 2, quite out of position. Just dash away, bruv. Dashed right into a Darius. Just ult, bruv. It's hilarious just how much more forgiving Azir is than other control mages when it comes to positioning. If you take a bad fight or put yourself in a bad spot, just leave. It's that easy. And 3, his snowballing can be bonkers. When your champion's main weakness is his lack of damage compared to other carries, all of that kind of goes away when you have a death cap and a 25 stack Magi's at 20 minutes. But don't fool yourself, you'll still need to know what you're getting into, and Azir has a small pick rate and low win rate for a reason. Few people want to even try him out, much less put in enough time to actually perform well with him. Hell, it took me around a year to make up his skill floor, and I got stuck around Gold 4. How did I get to Platinum Plus? By playing Zed. Yes, Azir is weak right now. After he got 3 nerfs for this year's Worlds Championship, his early game and late game are weaker, and his laning is a little less safe now. And as you learn, just accept you'll die a lot. And even if you don't, you'll at the very least feel like a side character in Kaiser's anime. Doubly so if you are low elo. Friendly reminder, anything below literally Faker is low elo now. Not even challenges can make him work nowadays. You will get tired of it eventually, and you will want to give him up for an easier or stronger champion. This dip in confidence is what I'd call an uncanny valley of performance. While editing this, I found out about the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's probably more appropriate, but yeah, uncanny valley, let's go with that. You see, here is when you first start playing Azir. You know nothing. You know nothing. But more importantly, you're learning, and you're learning quickly, getting a feel for his range, cooldowns, and power spikes. That is, until you reach a point of time investment where you'll be questioning whether you have completely wasted your time. I know I have. Your actual performance won't be much worse, but the way you see it is. Now, you start losing confidence in your abilities until you reach a rock bottom. And that's where most people give him up. Not worth the time investment. Other champions just do it easier or better. Why am I playing this game on hard mode? But if you just stick with it for a little more, you'll see that maybe things aren't so grim after all. Maybe you get a really nice double kill or a sick outplay that snaps you out of it. Then, you look back and realize that, after all this time, you actually weren't falling off in skill. You were just noticing the tiny little mistakes that you were making, which you still made before, but you couldn't notice, because you were going through the big things first. The sooner this hits you, the better. After that, it's it's smooth sailing. All you must do is understand that you are indeed playing the game on hard mode, and yes, it does get better later. This confidence gain sometimes comes slowly, sometimes it's a bit more quick, but what's important about this is that yes, you will be feeling like shit at some point. And if you are confident that you can push through that, then yes, you can call Azir your main, it's fine. Just do it. Now is the time to future-proof this video, because holy shit, we are already in October. On the preseason 13 PBE, it seems that tanks will become more prominent with the new mythic that stacks HP infinitely. And Rod of Ages coming back will probably make many of the mid laners Azir goes against much beefier. That's why I think he'll come out a little better at the start of 2023, because more tanks means more front-to-back teamfights, which is exactly where Azir shines. Now, if you're watching this in 2023, then I may be wrong, but I'm pretty confident that he'll be in a better spot. Feel free to call me out in the comments though. By the way, what's the global catastrophe of the year? Did we get to the aliens yet? Well, that's it for me. Cheers.